New Zealand were always in control of the run rate, and in a run chase with these two experience, it should be a stroll, but you never know.
If you're Musharafi Mortaza right at this point in time, you've got to start to get your team to really keep believing in themselves. One message you can keep telling your players is put 2 wickets on it. How different does the scoreboard look? Whilst it reads 113 for 2 at the moment, put 2 wickets on it. All sorts of pressure is applied. That's the message, and then it's about the method that you go about to try and prize out those 2 scalps. To me, now's a really important time where you don't just allow the game to drift. From New Zealand's point of view, you just take the easy pickings on offer him when they're there and ensure you don't make the mistake. Just letting the game meander as well, or poor bit of running, or crazy decision with the bat in hand. These two are vastly experienced. I'm sure they won't take on too many risks as far as running down the wicket or things. To me, it's the running between the wickets which is the danger. They overcome that, and they allow themselves to set up a pretty good effort in the last 20 overs of this game.
That'll be a couple. Fielder just had to run round it. Yeah, Saka in the deep. Slow to a previous one, just had to run round. That's quite a big playing surface, so there are more 2s here than some of the other venues. This time straight to him. Only be a single. Taylor will keep the strike. 116 for 2.
हो जाए मुकाबला एक को धोएंगे आपके पाउडर से दूसरे को नए एरियल से नया एरियल डबल एक्शन फार्मूला के साथ जिससे ज्यादा हरे जर्रात सख्त दाग बेहतर निकाले सिर्फ एक धुलाई में
3 for 3
बड़ी स्पीड है बॉस
क्योंकि जैज सुपर 4G है पाकिस्तान's fastest mobile network.
I choose Aquafina. This is my number 1. Aquafina, world-class drinking water, purity guaranteed.
Well, New Zealand looking comfortable at this stage. They could do without any more calamities out in the middle, no more risks. And they're well on track. What can Bangladesh do to disrupt things? More runs here. Nasser just referencing this large playing area. Mitoon at deep cover, couldn't cut that one off. Well, it just feels like it's all gone rather quiet in the field for Bangladesh. It's that huge opportunity with the run-outs of Kane Williamson that wasn't. The error from the wicket-keeper. And just what a missed opportunity. The partnership now 65 between this pair. Yeah, the fans have all gone a little quiet too. Well, this was the 12th over of the innings, and it was all happening. There were runs, there was this hesitation. This was the run-out where Williamson just wasn't even in the frame. could have been a run out. And more runs. It was chaos, Simon Doull.
Oh, sitting there watching it, wondering what was going on. So I did see the bails fly off. We were right in line with the throw, and I did see the bails light up prior to Mushfiqur taking that cleanly. But it was heart and mouth stuff from a New Zealand point of view, and poor, really poor from an experienced wicketkeeper. Terrific piece of fielding, poor running. It was a combination of good and bad on both sides. And Mushfiqur Rahim in the end, not to say that Bangladesh would win or still won't win, but that was a huge moment in the game.
And with every run that is added in partnership now between these two, the enormity of that moment grows.
Yeah, this is the situation. Miles out, and the ball was cannoning into middle stump. Why he had to do that in the first place, Mushfiqur Rahim, for an experienced campaigner. Where's he going? What's he doing? Williamson was off. He was walking off. Shakib, I think, knew straight away. Ian Smith sound commentary, exactly that. And Tamim, then he started. He went at him. Yeah, it was all on.
Oh, that's a much better delivery. It's a dot at 1-2-3 for 2.
Oppo, be a shot maker. Oppo, be a shot maker.
PSO Blaze 4T जिसका 3D Protect feature दे engine, clutch और transmission को advanced protection. PSO आगे बढ़ने की आदत.
It's a six! It's a double!
ये हुआ ना डबल मजा जैसे जैज सुपर 4G वाईफाई डिवाइस पे मिले डबल डेटा.
Kane Williamson just a little outside edge, just short of the keeper.
So last ball of the previous over. A little nick, just died on the keeper. Nice use of the feet. The Bangladesh have to put that chaos over behind them. They've got to regroup as a team. They've got to get the energy in the field. At the moment, New Zealand, for all the chaotic running, the one's looking serene at the moment.
He has an interesting style, Kane Williamson, and obviously such a wonderful talent. But one of the reasons a lot of those deliveries that we just saw from Mustafizur that don't carry through to the keeper, he doesn't go hard at the ball, but he also loosens that grip just before and also at the time of hitting the ball on some occasions. He picks that bat up and the bottom hand just sort of loosens off. It's strange at times. There, see the thumb come completely off the bat there again. Just making sure he's not too tight on the bat and just making sure those hands are nice and loose. Such great hands. Yeah, look at that. That grip just loosens it off.
He's about to touch at 27. Let's have a look and think about the run scenarios. Ian Smith is here.
Yeah, well, I've just done a little piece, and it's not a pretty piece either, because these are the players on show for me. This is the Bangladeshis getting it wrong, which cost them a wicket. Okay, so there's Mushfiqur and a mix-up all round with Shakib. That was awful. This was terrible, and Mushfiqur the villain here, but they should have had the wicket. I'm blaming the running here, okay, not the fielding. And here's another one. Look at that. Taylor slow out of the blocks. Williamson hits it to a guy with a strong left arm. They run, and he makes it by an inch. So I'm not sure. Nice piece of fielding there. I'm not sure that we can attribute blame just to one or two people. I just think there's some really big players out there that have got it horribly wrong today. One and two of them have got away with it. One or two haven't. And it's a lesson for youngsters looking on. Yes, no, wait. Those rules have been round since the arc. Call clearly, pick your fielder, pick your run, take that risk element out of the game. Even the best can't do it under pressure.
It is about pressure, isn't it? Do you think those run-outs irked Smithy a little bit? Yeah, we saw some poor cricket. Maybe entertaining for the neutral, but not if you're a Bangladeshi supporter or a New Zealand supporter.
I think the keeper looked Ian Smith more. But he talked about nerves and talked about, you know, it's not a big run chase from a New Zealand point of view, 245, but I'll say something, Alan. The last 11 games, New Zealand against Bangladesh, outside of New Zealand. So away from New Zealand conditions, the last 11 games on foreign soil. How many do you think New Zealand have won?
I'd still say the majority. But that's a fine shot up and over. And it's a 50 for Ross Taylor. The partnership is now 79 between these two. He has been in phenomenal form over the last 12 to 18 months. And now he's turning it on at the World Cup.
8th half-century against Bangladesh for Ross Taylor, his 48th one-day international half-century. 20 hundreds go along with that, and his 4th World Cup 50. Starting this tournament in fine fashion to bat in Cardiff.
More runs here. Comfortable too. Going back to your question there, Dooley, well, knowing that leading into this game, the two countries had played 34 matches, New Zealand had won 24 of them, I'm still going for the majority. But you're probably going to surprise me now, are you?
One.
Is that right?
One of the last 11 games played outside of New Zealand between these two sides has been won by New Zealand.
The Bangladesh fans are very pleased to hear that. Wide, there'll be one more then. It's over.
बहुत ज़बरदस्त मैच है, बहुत ज़बरदस्त मैच शुरू है. प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करना.
Here's another sharp single. Oh, needed a direct hit. Oh, Shakib.
पाकिस्तान में पहली बार डॉलिंस दे रहा है 12 साल तक की लंबी वारंटी, ताकि आपका साथ रहे हमेशा हमारे साथ, क्योंकि डॉलिंस रिलायबल है.
Well, that's the equation. 107 more needed, 150 balls. So that is heavily in New Zealand's favour with 8 wickets in hand and a partnership worth 83 between Kane Williamson, who's 35 and we've been talking about should have been run out when he was on 8. But Ross Taylor now half-century to his name in the second of New Zealand's World Cup matches. Shakib is back. Well, that was a firm shout of no. Ian Smith will be pleased with that. That was clear enough.
I think it came from both ends as well.
When in doubt, shout.
Well, no matter whether you're a neutral fan or a New Zealand fan, you just don't want to see these guys run out. The two best players by a stretch. You throw Martin Guptill in that category in white ball cricket as the three best white ball players in a long, long time from a New Zealand point of view. Unnecessary run-outs, just not required.
Look at that win prediction now. Pretty much all New Zealand. I can tell by the looks of the faces on the Bangladesh players and those in the stands, where it's all gone very, very quiet.
Well, they're able to do this, though, on the back of a very good bowling performance. It's probably 40-50 below par, you would think, at 244. So the bowlers have did a terrific job today. From a New Zealand point of view, more wickets for Matt Henry. He's taking every opportunity he's been offered as well with the injury to Tim Southey. Santner was brilliant with the ball. Bolt was good. De Grandhomme.
And that's the over, just the one off it. It's 139 for 2.
अब 6 GB पे जीतो गारंटी 6 GB मोर स्टार 336 हैश मिलाओ और छक्के पे छक्का लगाओ।
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है। बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा। 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
33 years at Worcestershire, 20 odd years as a player before becoming head coach, director of cricket. Kept wicket for England as well in 11 test matches in the mid-90s. In fact, a particular test match here on this ground at the Oval. He was the man behind the stumps, Dooley, as Devon Malcolm took his famous 9-for against South Africa. It's a good pub trivia question, that one is. The keeper for Devon.
Well, it was.
Given it away, haven't I?
There's millions and millions listening, Ali. I mean, no longer is that a good trivia question anymore.
The point is taken. These are the highlights then of Ross Taylor getting to his 45 ball 50. And some lofted shots. Typical Taylor aggression in and amongst some chaotic running though. Some fine strokes from a fine batsman.
One of the beauties, I guess, when you talk about Stephen Rhodes and English county cricket with so many teams, the quality of wicketkeeper. And I think England have always been blessed with great wicketkeepers who have missed out on English teams and English selection just for the sheer numbers and the quality.
Oh, powerfully struck. Will it beat the fielder? No.
Back obviously to the Alan Knotts and the Bob Taylors of this world who were brilliant. Jack Russell, one of the best, stood up to the stumps to seam as it. Such silky soft gloves, Jack Russell.
And one of the most quirky wicket keepers you'll come across in the world.
Had some strange things, didn't he? Mind you, cricketers have some strange little idiosyncrasies. A lot do. Neil Mackenzie, who was with the Bangladesh side. Had some really weird little quirks.
There's something about his bat being taped to the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the full story, so I wouldn't want to make a hash of it, but there was an occasion that I'm sure his teammates, because he was so superstitious about his bat, they actually taped it, duct taped it to the ceiling in the change-in room at one stage.
That's Williamson running hard to the other end.
Jack Russell used to have tape in the dressing room as well.